Support the great work of the Strike 7 Sports Saints discussion section by purchasing licensed NFL fan gear. Items range from Saints hats, jerseys, t-shirts, socks, and so much more. We would greatly appreciate it if you would purchase these items from the text link listed below. The revenue generated from today's offer goes into the funding of the Strike 7 Sports platform. Click on the link strike7sports.com/Saints Fanatics. You will be taken over to Fanatics website. Thank you.
Well, yesterday between New Orleans Saints and San Francisco 49ers and the playoff outlook for the rest of the season. So the Saints went down again, shut out for the first time since I believe 2002. Saints have been shut out last night. They couldn't score any points against a really good 49ers defense. They will be by a score of 13-0. Game things just couldn't bounce the Saints' way. And it couldn't bounce the Saints' way because lack of execution. When you play a team like the San Francisco 49ers, you got to execute. The Saints had numerous opportunities to put up touchdowns, put up field goals on a really good 49ers defense. A 49ers defense that's ranked third of the league in points allowed at 17.3, and the overall number one ranked defense throughout the entire NFL. The Saints had their chances yesterday. Excuse me. Saints had their chances yesterday to put up some points, man. Put up some points against a really good defense. Put up some points against a team that is considered by many that could possibly make a deep run throughout the NFC playoffs and on to the Super Bowl. You know, you got to catch those passes, man. A lot of cast passes were bouncing off the helmets of players. I felt like the red zone when they were deep in the red zone. Well, not want to say deep in the red zone, but when they're in 49ers territory, um, in that pass that Doe made that pass attempt to Taysom Hill, maybe that should have went to Jawan Johnson. That was I felt like that was a bad play call right there. Play like that, you gotta get the ball in the hands of Jawan Johnson in the end zone, not Taysom Hill, man. Not saying that Taysom Hill sucked or anything like that, but for something like that, I think you gotta go with Jawan Johnson. You gotta go with the guy with some height. And then we had opportunity to put up a field goal, we miss it. And there were some points in the game where um, I felt like we were being a little too conservative, if you know what I mean. 4th and 1, opportunities to go for it. In a game like this, of this magnitude, everything riding on the line. Tampa losing, should have went for it. You know, make it go for it. And I'm not a big analytics guy. I'm not a guy that harps on always going for it. I only prefer a team do that in dire situations. And the Saints were in dire situations yesterday. Your playoff hopes are hanging by the thread, and I felt like you should have went for it on a few of those 4th-and-1 attempts instead of punting with Blake Gilligan. You know, Alvin Kamara fumble 2 times, I believe. You had the Chris Olave catch called back. You you had an interception called back because of a penalty that would have put you deep in 49ers territory. And that was a chance right there to put up some more points. You know, you could have won this game with a couple of field goals, to be honest, because you only allow the 49ers to get in the end zone once. You know, the rest of their scores came from field goals. You held Jimmy G in check for the most part. For I would say the entire game, you held him in check. Only 221 yards. You got sacked once. He had one touchdown pass. You know, Andy Dalton. To me, man, I know people saying, well, you can't fault Andy Dalton on his loss. You can fault this person. This person deserves blame. How about the entire team deserves blame? The entire team. You know, Dalton. I mean, he made enough plays in this game to win it, but it didn't result in a victory. You know, for all the Andy Dalton apologies out there, well, saying that, well, he gets the ball out a lot faster than Jameis, and he runs the Drew Brees offense. He runs the offense like Drew Brees. My thing is, are we winning football games? You can do all that good stuff. You can get the ball out faster. You can get the ball to Alvin Kamara. You can throw the ball to Alvin Kamara. You know, have good communication with the wide receivers and tight ends. But at the end of the day, are you winning football games? That's my thing. So it really doesn't matter if Andy Dalton put up points on. It doesn't really matter if the team puts up points with Andy Dalton. It doesn't, because at the end of the day, it's not resulting in victories. You know, and this is Saints. It's a game that the Saints could have won. You know, going into it, I wasn't confident that could. I felt like the game could have go either way. I could have felt like it would have been a nail biter. I felt like the Saints could have got blown out by San Francisco, either or. But this is a game that the Saints could have won. No questions asked. Saints could have won this game. You were in this team's red zone in their territory multiple times to put up touchdowns or field goals. You held Jimmy Garoppolo in check. You even forced him to commit a turnover. That turnover, if it wasn't called back because of a penalty, that could have put the Saints in great position to capitalize and possibly get ahead in this game. But nah, that didn't happen. You know, lack of execution, man. You gotta execute against this team, bro. You gotta execute against a team like San Francisco. Since San Francisco, when you have them on the ropes like this, you can't be making these mistakes and saying, yeah, like you make against other teams that are not as good as San Francisco, and say, "Oh, my bad, we'll get them next time." No, you gotta execute, because if not, they will make you pay, and that's what they did. That defense is good enough to do that. This is like the third time that they've shut out an opponent in the second half of a game. It's three straight games that they've done this. You know, but what's done is done. Game is over. Um, Saints are running out of chances for playoff hopes, running the NFC South, all that stuff. Next week is the final push for a playoff run, to go on a playoff run. Crazy as it sounds, because yesterday the Browns beat Tampa Bay in overtime. Browns at 5-6. If the Saints had beat the 49ers, that put them at 5-7. You would have been a game behind Tampa Bay for control of the NFC South. Next week on Monday Night Football game, you would have been playing for control of that division. Plain and simple. That would have been. Now instead, your cushion is gone, pretty much gone. And now next week, you lose next week against the Bucks on Monday Night Football. Your playoff hopes are gone, completely wiped out, because you're 4-9, and there's just no way you're gonna get back into this thing. To me, now mind you, if you look at the Buccaneers schedule, there's a few hard games still left on that schedule where they play the 49ers and they play against the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's something to consider as well. But as for the Saints, if they lose this game next week against the Bucks, you can pretty much cancel Christmas for playoff hopes. You know, this team has had multiple opportunities to put themselves in a better position. Multiple, to get back to 500 and compete. And this is a common thread with Dennis Allen. A common thread. A common thread with him. He cannot win. I don't think he's ever won back-to-back games. That was what I was leading off with in my last video, the preview of the game. Can the Saints put together back-to-back wins? Because they have not done that since last year. under Sean Payton, when their team was under Sean Payton's watch. They cannot do it. And now, next week is it for the Saints. It is it. Because if you lose that game, that pretty much nixes everything for playoffs, the NFC South lead, all that stuff. You gotta win this game. Win this game, and maybe you can muddy the waters. You can settle some things. But the way this team does not execute, failure to execute in big games is concerning to me. So we'll see how it play out next week against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are not really a good team right now. They're not the team that we saw last year that was blowing people out, dropping 30, 40 points on their opponents. They're not that good. There is a chance that the Saints could win based on how they played yesterday against the 49ers. And the 49ers have a way better defense than Tampa Bay right now. And if we can move the ball like that, why can't you do it against the Buccaneers next week? Or it could be some other issue that pop up. We'll see. But I know everybody's frustrated. I get it. This is what happens when you try to keep continuity going, but you don't have a clear-cut answer at QB. You don't have it right now. So there's that. Now, Saints prepare for another week against another tough opponent in Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hopefully, Marshall Lattimore can come back by then. So we'll see how everything play out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. How you feel about the game they lost. The game. All right, man. You follow me on Facebook at these platforms at Saint Discussions, on Twitter at Saints DS23, IG Saints Discussions. The website strike7sports.com/Saints. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How you think the Saints are going to do this Sunday against the 49ers. Also, check out strike7sports.com/Saints. Latest content in the Warren Saints organization. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Who that?